Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be the case.
That's right. WNBA MVP winner A'ja Wilson is facing backlash after an old clip resurfaced. In the video, she appears to criticize Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark, suggesting that they've had an easier path compared to other players. Many fans believe A'ja Wilson revealed her true feelings when commenting on Caitlin Clark's rise, especially as Clark's popularity and marketing power continue to grow. What makes it even more ironic, critics say, is that Wilson herself has benefited from major brand partnerships, including her own deal with Nike, while questioning the opportunities given to Clark.
It looks like we're not going to be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. An ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3 unrivaled league.
After staying quiet for a while, A'ja Wilson finally addressed the criticism and admitted that this season took an emotional toll on her. She explained that this was the first year she repeatedly heard people describe her game as boring. While she tried to brush it off publicly, she admitted it can be exhausting to show up every day and feel like your value isn't being recognized the way you believe it should be. Still, Wilson emphasized that knowing her own worth keeps her grounded. She described it as a vulnerable moment, opening up to her teammates about the days she doesn't feel like herself and how much it means to rely on their support. There's no denying Wilson had an incredible season. She dominated the league, won the WNBA MVP award convincingly, and received widespread recognition. However, some critics argue that frustration over shifting fan attention, especially the surge in popularity surrounding Caitlin Clark, is being misplaced. If certain fans choose to tune in primarily for Clark, that's a reflection of audience preference, not Clark's responsibility. After delivering an outstanding MVP season, A'ja Wilson is now receiving more promotion than ever, especially through her partnership with Nike. Her profile in the league has clearly grown, and her accomplishments have been widely recognized. However, despite that success, there appears to be frustration over the level of attention Caitlin Clark continues to receive. Some believe Wilson feels that, as the reigning MVP, she should naturally be the most discussed and spotlighted player in the league. The debate now centers on recognition, performance versus popularity, and how media attention doesn't always align strictly with awards or accolades.
Now, A'ja Wilson was a more dominating player and deserved to be the MVP, and unanimous.
A'ja Wilson, one of the most dominant figures in the WNBA, has recently found herself at the center of controversy. Resurfaced clips featuring the two-time WNBA MVP have sparked intense debate across the basketball world. The discussion has expanded beyond basketball, raising broader questions about race, privilege, and opportunity within professional women's sports. Much of the attention surrounds comments Wilson made that some interpreted as critical of white players in the league, including rising stars Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark. Both Bueckers and Clark are widely viewed as future cornerstones of the WNBA. Their standout college careers have generated enormous media coverage and fan support. Paige Bueckers, a star guard at the University of Connecticut, UConn, has been celebrated for her elite scoring ability, court vision, and poise well beyond her years. Meanwhile, Clark's record-breaking performances at the collegiate level have drawn historic attention to women's basketball. In the resurfaced remarks, Wilson suggested that race can influence how opportunities and media attention are distributed within the sport. She implied that players like Bueckers and Clark may benefit from advantages tied to visibility and broader market appeal. Critics, however, have pushed back strongly. Some argue that Wilson herself comes from a basketball background, as the daughter of former professional player Roscoe Wilson, and attended private school, suggesting she too has benefited from certain advantages. They believe it is inconsistent to highlight others' privilege without acknowledging one's own. Wilson also appeared frustrated by the level of hype surrounding Bueckers, even though Bueckers is still completing her college career and has yet to officially enter the WNBA. Supporters of Bueckers argue that the attention she receives stems from her exceptional performance and impact on the game. The controversy has ignited passionate debate among fans, analysts, and players alike. At its core, the discussion reflects a larger tension within the sport: the balance between talent, marketability, media narratives, and the evolving audience of women's basketball.
Luckily, I don't play for their approval. I play for God. I play for my teammates. I play for my coaching staff. I play for the people who support me, good game or bad in their opinion. So, all that to say, I had a great summer, yeah.
The broader conversation about privilege intensified when reports surfaced regarding comments Aya Wilson allegedly made about her teammate Kelsey Plum. Plum has been a key contributor to the success of the Las Vegas Aces, playing a major role in the franchise's championship runs. As a former number 1 overall draft pick and one of the league's most dynamic scorers, Plum has firmly established herself as one of the WNBA's elite guards. However, according to reports, Wilson suggested that Plum may have benefited from certain advantages that Wilson herself did not experience. Supporters of Plum argue that such remarks overlook the adversity Plum faced throughout her career, from injuries to the pressure of living up to the expectations that come with being a top draft selection. Critics say the comments were not simply a broad reflection on systemic issues in the league, but rather a pointed critique of Plum's personal journey. The situation added another layer to the already heated discussion, further fueling debate within the WNBA community about fairness, recognition, and opportunity.
Oh, Caitlin Clark, Dawn Staley, the great Dawn Staley, who I revere, by the way. But she was playing the way she's playing now. Well, wait a minute. You know she had the potential. You know, playing amongst other stars, with her marksmanship, she could have made big things happen. With her passing ability, she could have made things happen. Then she would have drawn excitement and eyeballs, and people the world over would have been watching her, which would have assisted in the elevation of the WNBA brand, which would have benefited everybody.
Caitlin Clark, one of the WNBA's brightest young stars, has also reportedly been a focus of Aya Wilson's criticism. Clark, fresh off an impressive rookie campaign, came just 1 vote shy of a unanimous Rookie of the Year selection. That single dissenting vote went to Angel Reese, adding fuel to the ongoing conversation around recognition and hype in women's basketball. Insiders suggest that Wilson was not pleased with the idea of Clark being positioned as the league's next major star. Despite Clark's undeniable talent, the controversy extended to Nike, a global sportswear giant that has historically partnered with top athletes, including Wilson herself. Nike's promotional strategies in basketball often balance performance with marketability, and Clark's rapid rise made her an attractive figure for endorsement. Sources indicate that Wilson voiced her frustration with Nike's promotion of Clark, seeing it as a threat to her own standing in the league. For Wilson, this tension was not merely about on-court competition. It was about maintaining her position at the top of the WNBA hierarchy. With Clark's growing media attention and rising popularity, Wilson reportedly feared that her status as a 2-time MVP and dominant force in the league could be overshadowed.
It's noise that I don't really listen to, honestly, because I'm in season. I have other things that we need to worry about than what other people have to say.
This situation put Nike in a delicate position. As a major sponsor of the WNBA and a longtime partner of Aya Wilson, the company needed to carefully balance loyalty to one of its biggest stars while also recognizing the potential of Caitlin Clark. Clark's popularity had been soaring thanks to her electrifying performances, making her one of the most talked about young athletes in women's basketball. Nike couldn't overlook her ability to draw fans, particularly from a younger generation of basketball enthusiasts. Their response came in the form of a limited edition item celebrating Clark's achievements. The Caitlin Clark Rookie of the Year merchandise sold out in record time, reportedly within just 50 minutes, underscoring her immense market appeal and the challenge brands face in managing multiple rising stars simultaneously.
Somebody coming along and elevating the sport shine ultimately benefits you. Go out there, compete with her, try to bust her up if you want to, and all of that stuff. Just don't hate on the acclaim that she's getting.
Nike faced a tough balancing act, trying to promote Caitlin Clark's rising star power while honoring Aya Wilson, a 2-time MVP with a massive following. Wilson reportedly pushed for more visibility for herself, feeling her achievements deserved top billing, while Clark's Rookie of the Year win, just 1 vote shy of unanimous, added fuel to the ongoing debate. The tension highlights a larger conversation in the WNBA about talent, recognition, race, and privilege. For Clark, this is a bittersweet moment of triumph, while Wilson navigates scrutiny over her remarks and the league's shifting dynamics. Ultimately, the story is far from over, and the WNBA's future will be shaped by how these rising stars coexist and grow the game.